Let's talk expensive United wingers,
Yes.
Jules. Anthony's flying back from the United Kingdom to be interviewed by Greater Manchester Police over his domestic violence allegations. Well, things aren't getting any better for Jadon Sancho, who is even more on Ten Hag's naughty step. What depressing story to United fans you want to talk about first?
I mean, I guess Anthony is still, there's an investigation. He will speak to the police. He will have to deal with that with the club and what the next step is, I guess. For Sancho, we know what the next step is if he doesn't apologize to Eric Ten Hag for responding on social media and calling him a liar to what Ten Hag said after the Arsenal game, then there's no way back right now. So Sancho is not allowed to train with the first team anymore, but not even allowed to be nowhere near the first team. He can go to Carrington and train on his own. He will have coach and medical staff around him because I think they have to provide that with the law, but nowhere near the first team activities, infrastructures, nothing like that. So, for example, I would think from reading about it that he won't be able to have lunch or dinner with the first team.
Yeah, I read about that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know this, but do they have a separate canteen?
I don't know. Maybe different times. Maybe so he doesn't come at the different same time as the first team training. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works. If you can say hello to the tea lady.
This seems.
So I don't know.
I think this story appeared in the top, but I think maybe they egged it a little bit because it seems.
Yeah, but Ten Hag was really strong about that.
You can be really strong and say, dude, you're not playing and your negative attitude screws up my training sessions. Go train by yourself. That's fine. But then to raise it to a vindictive level like that, it would be excessive. The way it was depicted seems a bit excessive to me.
Yeah, showing against stuff.
He controls us now, and he needs to really understand sometimes, you know what? Even if you don't like your boss, a little bit of sucking up is in your best interest, because if you can get back on the pitch a little bit, then you figure out an exit strategy.
Exactly,
somehow.
even for his own future, man.
Whereas if you're not playing at all,
it's harder.
Even if you get a move in January, it's going to be that much harder to restart.
Yeah, completely. More United, Gab, I imagine you don't follow the under-21
No,
side.
funny enough, I do not.
No, but I'll tell you that they lost 8-1. 8-1, that is. Against Bolton in the EFL trophy, so not the under-21 Bolton, by the way. So
no, they lost to the real Bolton team.
Yeah, exactly. So to the first team, and they're currently though only 16th in the Premier Development League. So that's with other under-21 teams. So that's at least the same level as them. This is the academy that once produced the class of '92
with Beckham, Scholes, the Nevilles. Nicky Butt, who's
clearly
my favorite
not
out of the group.
Class of what? So what would they be born in?
It's got nothing to do when they're born. I think it had to do with when they were
the year they came out or something. So the class of two.
I think it just Look, this whole class of '92 thing is kind of like made up because obviously, guess what? Phil Neville and Gary Neville are brothers, so Phil Neville was actually in a different age group, and some people stick Giggs in there, even though Giggs made his debut in
before the
1990.
others.
So it's kind of silly, but there's no question that this academy was once seen as one of the best in the country, possibly in Europe. Other than Marcus Rashford, who weirdly enough played, because actually I was speaking to a friend and colleague of ours who's a big Manchester United fan. I won't reveal anything more, but you know who I'm talking about.
The Prince of Darkness.
The Prince of Darkness, who came out and says they haven't had a under 21 England international in like a million years. Okay, because you're ignoring Marcus Rashford, because I think he skipped the under 21s, went straight in the first team. But then I thought, other than Rashford, who's the last contributor that they've actually produced in terms of real academy people? I don't mean guys I don't mean like Garnacho or guys they bring in or whatever, right?
16, yeah.
And I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Is it Scott McTominay?
Yeah, I would think so. Maybe James Garner, Everton now. Maybe
James Garner has contribited nothing to United because he plays for a different club, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I saw the other day. You know who I saw?
Oh, Greenwood. That didn't exactly end up well. But that's
remember when Willie Keane was the star of the United Academy? I saw him playing for Ireland against France the other day, and now he plays for Preston or something like that in either the Championship or League One. But he was apparently the next big one, the big star to come out of the academy, scoring loads of goals with them. And
did he suffer an injury? Was that?
Yeah, I think so, maybe. But the cycles, especially at that age group, the cycles. You can't always have a class of '92 generation. Nobody has. Even La Masia go through times where they don't produce anybody. And also, people I think underestimate this, how high the step is from the under 21s. Or under 23, whatever you want to call them, to first team, especially in those big clubs.
They're under 21s now, because it used to be the under 23s. Yeah. They've changed it. They've moved it to under 21s, which I think makes sense. Under 23s is kind of like, I don't think is meaningful from a development standpoint the way under 21s is. Having them play in the EFL Trophy, you can say, it's men against boys. They still get a little bit of that experience. But like you said, they play each other all the time. I think Man City's won like the last three
of these. Chelsea probably the three before.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well.
No.